Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is over procrastination and tips to stop doing it. Now, just to give you guys a little lore, I used to be a bona fide procrastinator. I wouldn't consider myself a procrastinator anymore, but I do still procrastinate every now and then. But I'm not gonna say like I'm a procrastinator. If this topic sounds interesting at all, take a seat, relax, and let's get into today's video. I'm gonna come out swinging with the first tip. The first tip that I'm gonna give you guys is to start small. What do I mean by start small? I mean literally breaking big tasks up into smaller tasks just to ensure that I'm getting the big task done at the end of the day. So for example, say if I have to write a 10-page paper. Instead of me attempting to write the 10-page paper in one day, I've done that before. I do not recommend. Don't do that. Okay, just don't. But if you do, no, just don't do that. But instead of attempting to write the 10-page paper in one day, you actually use the semester that it gave you to start and work on the paper in between assignments to do so. So maybe week 1 of the class you do research and then you do your other stuff. You don't really start on it. By week 4 or 5, you got maybe your outline about how you want to do the paper. Week 6 you start writing, and then by week 15 you're done. I would not recommend attempting to write a 10-page paper in one day. I did that and I think that it was one of the worst decisions I ever made in my life. Did I get an A? Yes. Do I think that the teacher knows that I wrote that in one day? No. Was I up for a consecutive 24 hours writing that paper? Yes. Just don't do that. The next tip that I would give you guys is to set micro deadlines. This is so important. Set micro deadlines. I plan to work for 15 minutes and then take a break for 5 minutes. Or if it's a big task, like the 10-page paper, for example. If I would have done this properly, I would have worked for an hour, took a 20-minute break, and went back to it for an hour. It's just like being at work. You go to work, you go on break, you rejuvenate, you relax, go back to work. Yeah, set micro deadlines. There's no negative effect of you setting micro deadlines. The next tip that I would give you guys is to remove distractions. Whether it's your friend, your phone, your iPad, your computer, whatever. Well, maybe not your computer, you might need your computer, but whatever you're on your computer to distract you, get off of it, remove it. For example, when I'm doing work, I try not to keep my phone with me, but if it is with me, it's not being used. Say you're working on an assignment. When you pick that phone up, you're gonna get on Instagram, you're gonna get on TikTok. Once you get on TikTok or you're on Instagram Reels, you're scrolling, 10 minutes that went by, you ain't did nothing, you still ain't put the phone down, you done looked up again, it's an hour later, and what did we learn? Absolutely nothing. And the crazy part about the doom scrolling is I don't even know what to call it. Like, I don't even feel like we consciously do it, but you can't even go 5 videos back and tell me what you watched from 5 videos back. And I mean it as in, don't touch your phone. What did you just watch? What video came up 5 videos ago? What was the premise of the videos you just saw 5 minutes ago? You don't remember. I know you don't remember because I don't remember. The point is, let's dial it back on the doom scrolling, especially while we're trying to get tasks done. Remove distraction. This might feel like something little, but it's actually a big change. You'll be surprised once you get in that focus state, in that flow state, when you are not on these devices. I told y'all I'm with the old people on this one. The phones is evil. Like, we need to stay away from them. Another tip that I would give you is to reward yourself for your hard work. Once you get in that flow state and you've been working for an hour, 2 hours, maybe even if you're just starting off and you've just worked for 30 minutes straight, reward yourself. Don't go crazy. If you make the reward too big though, you're not going to be able to keep rewarding yourself because the reward is too big. And what I mean by that is, don't go buy yourself like a new gadget because you work for 30 minutes. You might want to start with a snack. Instead of like a plain Jane snack, go get your favorite candy bar or something like that. Reward yourself. A reward could be anything. Go get a snack from your favorite snack bar. Go get a drink from your favorite drink place. Take a structured social media break. I don't mean doom scroll. That's what we trying to stop. Do not doom scroll. But if you want to get on and take a TikTok break or an Instagram break for 5-10 minutes, do you. Just make sure that you're keeping track of time, so time keep track of you. The last tip that I want to give you guys is about your mindset. You have to tell yourself that this is a process. The way processes work is you start one step, you go up the other step, and you keep going till you get to the top of that staircase. This is not a 1 day, 2 day process. And just remind yourself that although it might not be perfect, as long as you work at it and you try, that you'll eventually succeed and you'll eventually not be a procrastinator. And even though sometimes there are going to be times where you do succeed for a little and then you fall back, but as long as you get back up and you try it again, you're still a work in progress. Like I just told you guys in the beginning of the video, I do still have days where I do procrastinate. This journey is not about me being perfect. It's not about us being perfect. It's about us trying. And like I said, I do still have times where I do procrastinate. It's less than often, but I do still procrastinate every now and then. I just wouldn't consider myself a procrastinator anymore. But just make sure that you're telling yourself that you can do it, you can get through it, because you can. You work at anything, you're going to get better. Everything takes training and practice, and the more you practice and put in work, the better you'll be. So just keep that in mind. All right, with that being said, that pretty much sums up today's video. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching, especially if you made it to the end. Let me know in the comments if you guys want to add anything, subtract, or you guys want to tell your story in the comments. Like I said, I love when we get on here and we have a conversation back and forth. Just let me know. You guys remember to stay blessed and protect your peace at all times. And as usual, I'll see you guys in a day or two. Bye.